So my name is Grace Nzula. Other people call me moderator of choice, but I am a HR consultant and trainer with the Tara Solutions. And we started Get It Right with the Tara Solutions, which is a webinar series that seeks to demystify issues in employment and entrepreneurship. We started in 2020. We did 26 episodes in 2020, and we have been at it. Last year, we did from 18th of January to 22nd of November. And we are very, very proud and happy to continue serving the society and continue making a difference in people's lives through information. That is our mission. So at this point in time, this week, we would like to look at what she can do with leadership and then what support she requires from he, because it is very important that we all embrace equity and we work together. Now, for us to be able to bring these sessions to you every Tuesday, we have a couple of partners that we work with. Allow me to just name them this evening, but we are going to do a full shout out to our partners as soon as Kevin gets on board. But we have, of course, you guys know, everyone is saying congratulations. Yes, we have HRMPEB. HRMPEB is the Human Resource Examination Body, which helps in certifying HR. So if you're looking to do CHRP and you don't know how, please get in touch with me. If you're looking to do diploma in HR as well, they do offer exams in HR. And then anything HRMPEB does. They're currently working on their program for the curriculum for those people who want to sit for, who have experience and they want to be certified at some point in their lives. But that one is not confirmed yet. But at this point, if you wish to do your CHRP, please get in touch with me. I will tell you how you can apply for exemptions. I'll tell you how exams are done. And I will also be able to help you in figuring out any place that you'll be stuck. So HRMPEB, we appreciate your partnership and we hope that we continue creating better professionals. And this week, somebody reminded me that we have a lot of practitioners who are not professional, and we have a lot of professionals who are not exactly practitioners. So you need to ask yourself, and for all the people who are in this room, HR or not, whichever career it is that you have, are you a professional or are you a practicing professional or just a practitioner in your field of excellence? And so HRMPEB, we appreciate your partnership. And then, of course, we have Balcon Housing. Balcon Housing is a real estate and property management company. We have Stallion Construction Company Limited. Stallion Construction deals with construction like the name spells it. We have Pathway Solutions. Pathway Solutions is a real estate, or rather no, it is a HR consulting and training firm. They have offered quite a number of us with free trainings last year during season 3. We got a lot of free trainings, a lot of certificates issued, and Pathway Solutions have been able to support us in including trainings for organizations which were conducted for free by one Frank Wambari. So Frank, we appreciate your partnership. Thank you so much. Their LMS is still up for open if you wish to take courses. And the cost is quite manageable. And Frank will be able to set up your account and you can be able to do your training and also get a certificate at the end of it. And then, of course, we have IPM. IPM is the Institute of Pension Management. They deal in all things pension. We also have Profiles International. Profiles International deal with, what we call it, emotional intelligence. If you wish to become a Genius emotional intelligence practitioner, please get in touch with Profiles International. If you're wondering where to get psychometric support, you need to also figure out Profiles International. You need to get in touch with them because they have such good products for you. And then if you're looking to understand yourself, if you want to do personality, they also have a very model. They call it the DISC model. It is amazing, actually. The findings are out of this world. They even teach you your findings. They teach you what to do with it and how it applies with your workplace. And it's such an amazing experience. If you don't know what your personality is, or you just want to check, please get in touch with me or get in touch with Profiles International. They'll be able to do that with you. And then, of course, we have Steadfast Quality Management. Steadfast is headed by none other than Herbert Zake, our partner from Uganda, Kampala. For you who are looking for consultants in both HR and public relations, Herbert Zake offers that in Kampala, Uganda. Thank you very much, Herbert. We appreciate you. We appreciate your partnership. Thank you for sharing our flyers in Kampala. Thank you for also supporting us when you're looking for speakers to make us inclusive. We appreciate you. And then, of course, we have Wicklin. Wicklin is the carpet cleaning company. They have a machine that cleans carpets within 6 minutes. And then we have Capula Mintito. Capula Mintito deals with coastal goods. If you're actually attending the women in HR, please let me know. I will order for you these mabuyus, and then you can get to take them to your family, and they can ascertain that you are actually in Mombasa. I know, Sarah Juliet, I know you're here. Please make your order. And Mintito will be able to deliver for us here at White Sands. And then, of course, who have I forgotten? My God, you know I'm doing this off the cuff. So in case I've forgotten any of our partners, allow us to just get into the session. It's already, we are already time barred, and we are set for an amazing, amazing, amazing conversation. And this evening, I am privileged, and it's such an honor to be hosting a lady I want to refer as a mentor, a coach, somebody I want to be like, somebody I admire, and somebody who has been through it all, for lack of a better word. And this is none other than Honorable Linah Jebii Kilimo. And just let me just find out from you guys, have you ever heard of Linah Jebii Kilimo? And what do you know about her? Linah, allow us to just do this one. The guys on the, you can type on the chat. Do you know Linah Jebii Kilimo, and what do you know her for? I see Edward Wangeshi has his hand up. Okay, you can type on the chat. Yes, somebody says yes, you know her. Linah is a household name. Yes. Okay. All right. I see. Yes, anti-FGM. Yes, Linah is known for the bill on female genital mutilation. I know her from Madaraka. Yes, schooled with Miriam too. I love her fight against FGM, champion of girls' rights. She was former MP for Marakwet East. We know her for fighting. Oh yeah, member of parliament. Absolutely. Politician, yes, at my former MP. Oh my God, we have home people. All right, yes, tonight, this evening, we are actually proud to be hosting Linah Jebii Kilimo. She's a wonderful lady, and I'm sure you guys will hear a lot from her. And therefore, Madam, tell us, how do we support women? And what can we do with the leadership? Or rather, this is actually a leadership session, but we had to bring the she to it because it's Women's Week. It's International Women's Day tomorrow, and therefore it was only important that we also tie it to the women. But I think the lesson here is actually on leadership, and therefore, welcome, Madam Linah Jebii Kilimo. We would love to hear from you and tell us how we can become better leaders, how we can become better managers, how we can lead organizations better. Take it away.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And congratulations, Grace, for hosting us this evening. And for all the accolades, all the knowing me, I appreciate. I'm so grateful to share my time with you this evening. The other part of who is Honorable Linah Jebii Kilimo. Did somebody say she's a woman? Now with all these other questions around the world. Okay, so I'm a woman, I'm a mother, and I'm so grateful for the space that God gave me to be a member of parliament for Marakwet East. I'm grateful to the people of Marakwet East too. They're still close to my heart, even as I am away, not their MP anymore, because they took the bullet to elect a woman those days when it was unheard of, and in an opposition party, which ended up being the government. So anyway, today's question is, how do we embrace equality, as you have talked about, or what does she go to do with leadership? A woman has everything to do with leadership. By the way, we are natural leaders. We are leaders by nature. It is only that we like to lead from behind the curtain, or we lead from behind the table instead of coming in front. Why do I refer to them as leaders, naturally born leaders? First of all, the work that God gave a woman in the first place for recreation, and they nurture. A woman can be able to nurture and understand that a child born 1 hour or a few minutes ago is not feeling well. They just get to know whether you're educated or not educated. While on the other side, the man may not know that this child feels sick. We think also with our hearts. And that is why you will hear in our African culture, they say, kaa ngumu kama mwanaume ama wacha roho nyepesi kama ya mwanamke. They're the ones who sense, who see the red lights, orange, before it becomes danger, you know, because it does red. And I mean that because people consider women to be afraid, so we are the first ones to be afraid. But you know, fear is very good because it is a warning. So who gets to hear, to see warning first? It is a woman. I consider that one also leadership. Now, coming to where we are currently in the generation that we are, and about leadership, in the positions where we lead or where we are working. And working does not mean employment. It means wherever you are, the space that you have, you can take up that leadership position. So a woman, for example, I just want to be as natural as possible. Let us enter a homestead. All of us, let us enter a homestead. We've reached home. It's Christmas time. We're going to the village. And you find that our old grandmothers, because of their old age, they've not had time to sweep the compound. Who is the first one to notice that this compound is dirty? Who is the first one to pick a broom and sweep? Isn't that a woman? So that is leadership. So naturally, leadership, a woman has to do everything to do with leadership, whether in politics, in the spaces that we occupy. We are the first ones to take the step, the first step. Imagine you are crossing a river. A man will be afraid, but he can be a very good cheerleader. Try, because he thinks I can save you when you fall. So let's imagine we are crossing the river, and the woman is the first one to try and do like this. See how courageous women are. Those who are married, so courageous that you leave your people and you go somewhere and you establish a home, and then you go and own the place. Do you know we own the places where we are married, those who are married? Because nothing takes place before you're asked to give your opinion. In the villages, you will find that when men are in a baraza and they get stuck, they will say, those who are Kalenjins over here, they know Korwach Mui. They will say, let us sleep over it. And because they used to sleep on hides and skins, it says, let the hide of the cow decide that one at night until tomorrow. And guess what? They come home distressed. And the wife will ask, oh, what is wrong? And they'll say, you know, we had this and we reached a dead end. And the woman seems to have the answer. And she, oh, why don't you like this? And tomorrow what happens? He will say exactly and say, I thought over it, and it is. So sometimes we have the ideas as women. What we only lack is the courage to be the first one to give the idea. Because at that particular time when you want to be courageous, our intuition takes advantage of us, telling us, do you think it is like that? Why don't you think so? As soon as doubt sets in, we lose courage. We don't speak about it anymore. So leadership has to do with woman, and what does the man have to do with it? To be a cheerleader, to tell her, go on. At the point where she's feeling, is it really true? Is it like this? She's beginning to doubt, feeling set in that I don't think it is right. A man will just say, go on, it's okay, just do it. Doesn't matter. And I want to say that having been in politics, there is nothing absurd in politics. However, the world judges us so harshly and differently Because when one woman makes a mistake, all the women have made a mistake. When a man makes a mistake, it's an exceptional case. Ilikuwa tu hiyo moja. It's only that one, while on the other side. So we need courage to be able to bring out our leadership roles, which we have. You can imagine, I want to give an example. I have some nieces of mine, they're twins. And the sister never eats anything before her brother. But the brother, when he gets, doesn't think about anything else. Just shoop, peke yake. And they're just 5 years old. You can see she's already beginning leadership to ensure that everyone else has gotten something. So I believe that we need to mentor and grace the space that you have here, talking especially on HR matters, because when it comes to HR matters, you are talking to people who are in employment, and those are women who are there. Now you want to train them, you need to mentor them to take up the position. How come that when people are being told to offer something, who can do it, women just shy off? They don't want to be the first one to say, yes, I can do it. Yet deep inside, they know they can do it. So we need to mentor women to know that even a wrong answer is an answer, because by answering it wrongly, you will be able to be corrected and get the correct answer or the correct way to do. The men just say, and it is wrong. I want to thank my colleagues. We were in parliament together. And by that time, I was the chairperson of the Kenya Women Parliamentary Association. And we had one thing we agreed as women. We conspired that when a woman makes even a mistake on the floor of the house, we cheer them so much that the rest will wonder, did we not hear right? What? I thought it was something wrong, but they will hear us cheering. Now, and what happens on the other side, we are told that women pull each other down. Yeah? No. We need to get rid of that thinking that we are each other's enemies, we pull each other down, or even if it is there, for us to occupy the corner office, which we were talking about, because we are all nice girls here. And I did share with Grace that there's a book I read, and it says, why aren't nice girls occupying nice offices, the corner office? It's because they're afraid of shy, they're timid, they're not so sure, they're afraid. Before I took up the space of talking about the untalkables, and that is female genital mutilation, people do not want to talk about the private parts. But these days, do you know that we just talk about FGM and no one is feeling embarrassed? No one is thinking that it's a private part of a woman we are talking about. We're just talking about anti-female genital mutilation. It took courage. It took me to say, you see, the embarrassment that I felt that I was the odd one out. And I felt I need others. It was a bit lonely there. I need others with me. So to us women who are ahead of the rest, we need to put our hands behind and hold their hands of those other women behind us and tell them, you can do it, just come. And in the process, and the men to cheer us. We need men to tell the women, yes, you can do it. On my part, I'm grateful to my husband, Engineer Kilimo, who allowed me to go into politics despite being discouraged that how can you allow her to go to politics, and the children were still young and all that. But he said, yeah, she just has to go. And this will come when you stand on your decision, the freedom to choose. You choose the right one and you insist on it. Providence will follow you, even the providence of being allowed to just go, provided you're focused on what you want to do. We are more women than men in the world. So what happens when all of us are sitting just down here? None of us is going up. Let not fear make a monkey of us. There's this book called Failing Forward. This is the second time I'm reading that book. Failing Forward. It talks about, it's by John Maxwell. It talks about don't own failure. Don't make it be part of you. It was just a journey on your road of life where you stepped on a thorn. So don't sit there and just say, oh, I have a thorn here. No, remove it and go on. Yeah. And in that book, it tells the story about monkeys that they were put in a cage. And then there was a banana hung up there with cold water. So they were hungry. One monkey decided, we are dying of hunger here. Let's pick this banana. So going up the pole for the banana, the cold water poured on it. The monkey came down. The second one wondered, what's wrong with this one? Let me try. Maybe the water will not fall, whatever they thought. They did that. Eventually, all the monkeys could not go and pick that red bananas up the pole because each one of them cold water was poured. In fact, along the way, when the fourth monkey was going up, the other monkeys pulled it down and said, it's like, come down, unenda wapi. There is danger up there. Then they removed all the other monkeys and most of the monkeys and left one and brought new monkeys who have no idea that there is water coming up there that pours on you as you go for that banana. So the other monkeys come and find this one monkey just sitting here hungry, and we're all hungry, and there's a banana up here. Then the new monkeys came and they climbed to try to get, but as it tries, this other monkey just pulls it, stop going up there. Anyway, eventually, the new monkeys also just were forbidden to go up, and they start not going, and they are hungry. Ladies, are we making monkey of ourselves because of the failure of one person? No. I think this space that you have grace of leadership, mentoring, and the HR space, because that's where we occupy, all of us, this space will encourage us and say, no, if one did not make it in our office to become the CEO, it doesn't mean that I cannot, I will do it. It was just, an odd one out or an exception that she did not manage to get that position. So I will get the rest. And because you also talk to men on the HR, like the story of the caterpillar that goes like this, and it tells itself, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. As we go like this, in this space, the men, please keep on telling us, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. I'm grateful to my mother because she keeps on telling me, you can do it. If the men can do it, can do it. The first time I stood for parliament, she told me, kuna wanawake wengine huko, are there other women there? I said, yes. There is one called Martha Karua, kuna ingine anaitwa Charity Kilo. Then she said, then you can do it. If others are doing, for cheering you up. Just like the way we cheer our children in school, telling them you can do it. Women, it's time we also tell each other. And because we don't have these spaces, Grace, this is a good space, and I congratulate you for it. Now, for us to be able to do that, if these monkeys, each one of them had a board meeting with themselves, I'm sure one would have gone up and gotten past the cold water and gotten the ripe banana. So what keeps us going, what keeps me going, is a board meeting with myself. And in the board meeting, I am the secretary and the CEO. So whatever the secretary writes, the CEO must implement. Wow. Maybe we can pause for questions. All right, anybody? Or we continue? Grace, you said you want to be like me when you grow up. Yes? Okay. Over to you.
I'm back. What did I miss? You're on mute, Linah.
Oh, well, yes, welcome. Yes.
Yes, you have finished talking while I was away.
Yes, oh, you missed out.
Yes, a bit of it. I was thrown out.
Make sure we don't make a monkey out of you, because we will tell you to stop going some areas, and maybe you are the ones to cross.
Yes, yes.
All right. Maybe if there are other questions that may help us to have more of a discussion. Okay, so, what challenges did I face as a woman leader? Yes, okay, I can answer that one.
Yes, go ahead.
The challenges I faced as a woman leader is to get trustworthy people to tell you the truth, or people to believe that you can do it. So you have to work extra hard every time you're proving yourself that I can do it. Every place is you're proving yourself you can do it. One of the challenges I had was, you'll be told you're a woman and we are in a volatile area. Do you think you can be able to fight with the enemy who are supposed to be our neighbors? And the answer that, that is very difficult. They'll tell you, do you know how to hold a gun? Because we fight with guns. And I don't know, to say the truth, I had no idea. And because I did not want that position because of fighting, I wanted for peace. And so those are the challenges that I had, that every time they will think, sasa huyu ataweza. So every time you're working to prove that, yes, I can do it. And I'm grateful to one Martha Karua who met me in Parliament at the entrance when I just got elected. And she told me, Linah, you have to serve every day your people as though it is the last day you're serving them, so that you can have an impact. And so every day I will say, if this is the last day I'm serving them, what will it be remembered of me? And 20 years down the line, or 10 years down the line, they still remember me as the mother of peace. Because though I did not pick up the gun, instead I used my mouth to talk peace, and made them just feel that, yes, I'm not here for fighting. A woman can't fight. I mean, would you dare fight a woman? And so the other challenge that I had was, people expect you to say yes to everything, especially when it comes to resources. You have the money, you've shared out, you've finished. They still say, no, but you're a mother. You can't send your child hungry. You can't say, no, you're a mother. Those are the challenges that I faced as a woman leader. But I must say that the results, of course, were more satisfying than the challenges that I felt. That if I helped one person, I felt achieved. My joy came when I was able to go, maybe get on behalf of somebody's child, persuade somebody to give them employment, or just look for information and share out with them, empowering the people. That one gave me satisfaction, which like birth pains. I think giving birth to something to help somebody gave me more joy than feeling that so much is expected of me. The other one is now how to get information. As I said, politics is a clubby idea. It's a club. And so in the evening, people pass by the club and you have gone home. So some of the information you get later, what people have schemed. And I'm just wondering whether we need a women's club. I don't know. Maybe you tell us.
I think we do.
Yeah, but yeah. That club at the end of the day, we are nurturers by nature.
So maybe we need to go home and cook.
Yeah, because that is one of the reasons which made me win the election, because when they would say you are a woman and then you are not going by the club, I just said, you know how people from the club come home late and they're not able to bring things fresh. And at the club, they don't get raw meat to bring home. They go and cook it over there and eat. So I told them, because I'm a woman, when I get that meat, I'll not pass by the club to have it cooked. Or even if I passed, I will not have it cooked there. I'll bring it home and cook for the children to eat. And coming home early to ensure everybody was eating, I'll be coming carrying firewood while those passing by. So somehow I used it in a way that it worked for me. But still, those are the challenges that women in leadership face. That leadership is discussed in clubs while we're busy looking at the homework for the children or preparing for tomorrow's conference like you, Grace, now. Yeah, and because you want to be perfect tomorrow in your presentation, a man will not, even if he makes a mistake, it was just one. Yeah, but now everyone is watching how you perform, will determine how the rest of us will be judged. So we are also being perfectionists as women also works against us because we want to do it right. Why do we want to do it right? Because like a journey, when a woman meets a thorn on the way, they will stoop to push it aside because they're thinking, oh, a child will pass by here and pick themselves. Or this thorn will make somebody knock down and fall down. While a man can jump over it or negotiate a corner and just go away. They even don't see it. So it is the way we were created. Don't blame us, the men in the house. That is how we were created, just to care. So those are the challenges. I'm wondering if there is another question.
There's quite a number of questions, Linah, quite a number of questions. There's somebody who says you need to comment on single parenting because we have seen a lot of that happening. Somebody is saying, what's your take on single mothers? And the same person is asking, girls brought up by single mothers, what is your take? Then there's another question on what really made you consider political leadership? And then what is the other question? What keeps you motivated when doors are banged in your face and demeaned? How do you pick yourself up? So those are 3 questions.
Yeah, those are 3. The first one about single mothers. Let us imagine I want to come back to my home where my mother was widowed and we were still growing up. So you can imagine that means a father was absent. And so for the single mothers, a father was absent. But take heart, God never gives you a jerrycan, 20 liter, when you can only carry the 5 liter. Believe that God has allowed you to be a single parent because he believes in your abilities. God is also counting on you, on the lives of those children he has given you. So once you believe that I'm responsible, that God believes in me, that I can do this, then you will not pity yourself and say, oh, I'm a single parent, or I'm just a single mother. No, just say, God has given me such abilities that yes, so God, you know that I can take care of these children single-handedly. So I believe that is what I can only say, because as we go out, because these days I'm from where I was, the issues of widows, you hear them. And I go back to my mother who tells us that when you're hungry, don't steal, don't borrow, you take a stone, you put a stone on your umbilical cord and you tie a belt around it, you will feel so satisfied that you'll have strength. You'll not be able to envy anybody's thing. So those ladies, I consider them to be strong because they've taken care of their children single-handedly. And I believe that they have more time with God or with self than others. Those who have husbands have a lot of distraction. Those ones don't have any distraction. When they are focused, they will be focused and they do it. That is what I can say. And then the second question you talked was, before coming to leadership, what was the second question?
So I asked about single parenting. I also asked about what challenges? No, you've answered that one. Yeah, so there's the what made you consider leadership, and then how did you keep going even when doors were slammed
Yeah.
and when you felt demeaned?
Yes, definitely. Those are paths I have walked. Fortunately, the life of journey, I told you earlier, is a way of no return. It's a one way with no return. So narrow, you just walk, you can't even turn like this and go back. So I have passed those. So what made me consider politics? Insecurity in Kerio Valley. When I got married, I got a very loving father-in-law who really embraced me. Grace, those who know my story, which was not written over here, I need to repeat it again, that I'm one of those who ran away from home because I didn't want to be circumcised. I ran away from the knife. So running away from the knife meant I became disobedient. Being disobedient, and I disobeyed my father. And so our relationship was not good at all. And I thank God that before he died, like we mended fences when he came and just told me, okay, I wanted you to go undergo the cut because of ABCD. So when I got married, I found my father-in-law who did not look at my uncircumcised state, who did not discriminate against me. The most embarrassment moment of my life was during the marriage negotiations, where brothers of my father now who are standing in the gap for me because he was dead, they talked about me being uncircumcised. When they're saying about dowry and everything, so somebody says now, you're, uncircumcised, you know that she's uncircumcised. So there was always that feeling embarrassed, yet my desire of being an empowered woman, having my own car, being able to go where I want to go was greater than the embarrassment, the stigmatization that I felt. So when I found my father-in-law very loving, I got so attached to the people of the valley. And so insecurity all the time, you just hear, you go home, you hear who has been killed, until I felt, I worked in Nakuru, then I could see, but no one was talking about what's happening in the valley. No one was reporting. I think maybe somebody needs to speak and say people are killing each other in a place called Kerio Valley, the Pokot and the Marakwet. So that was my agenda. What drove me, I said I wanted to be a voice on matters in security. Then my second vision was, now I said, after that I have known about the consequences of FGM. I've met many other uncircumcised ladies from many other communities. And I said, now, why should I continue hanging with feeling stigmatized when I can get others from my community to be part of me, so that it is okay to be uncircumcised while you have others who are circumcised also in their own clubs feeling they're circumcised. But it has to stop because of the myths and the consequences of FGM, where transition rates were very low. The consequences of child marriage, after being circumcised, you get married. So those are the two agendas which drove me to politics. And I tell you, day and night, I just oscillated around. When I could do a contribution in parliament, I must make sure that at the end of the day, I make FGM a culprit, or I give the excuse that because of FGM, mothers are not able to give birth quickly, so we need a road. And with that, I got the first hanging tarmac in this country, because women going to deliver was a problem. There was no road, no tarmac in Marakwet East. And I wanted a road so that when they have complications while giving birth due to FGM, they could easily be rushed to a hospital, which was a mission hospital in the next sub-county. So that is what drove me. Now, the other one, which, and I'm grateful, I've been reminded, was girls being brought up by single mothers. Yes, I may not be able to contribute this much on this. However,
I think I will, Linah, I can take that one.
Yes, yeah. But I believe
Yes,
that you have uncles, which of course don't leave them with the uncles, but you can always be in the company of uncles and other people. You can help me to answer that. Then
yes.
what keeps going? I'm telling you, I've had many times when you're misunderstood and the door is closed before you. But I believe that my agenda on earth will be completed when I am no longer here. So if a door is closed, then it must be for my good. I always believe if it has happened, there must be a reason. I may not understand now, but one day I may be able to understand. It's a very discouraging thing, but I'm grateful that along the way I've had friends who come calling just on phone and saying, you can't sit there, get out. Let's go, or come and do this. And so we have still challenges on that part, because emotions, women think with their hearts. And so we are hurt more than when you just think in your head and forget about it. It's difficult and it keeps on lingering around. This is an area which I believe I'm still working on it, because I have to tell myself it is for my good that it has been closed. It is for a reason that is for my good that it is closed. Or if it's not possible, I encourage myself and say, I still must move on, because I have a rent to pay. And my rent is service to humanity on earth. Because for them, if you are spared, how many were not allowed to cross to 2023? You need to ask. So I am here. What on earth am I here for? Why should I not serve? If I don't help now, why not? So these are the things which keep me going. And I have to think of another idea. I believe that in every opportunity that you have not managed, there is always a Judas window. For every door that has been closed, there is a Judas window. I want to thank my mother, who tells me, when the door is closed, you look out for the window. Or if there is no door, then create a door, then an opportunity will be knocking, hodi hapa, because they wanted to find where you are.
That's
Easily
true.
said, but I get a lot
of no door, create one. Yes, I like that.
Yes.
Yes.
And how to create doors? Self-improvement. Self-improvement. I just saw you advertising, saying there are courses that you can do. Those are the doors you build so that opportunities can knock. Thank you.
That's true. That's true. And then, but there's an important question here from Rose. Thank you, Honorable Linah. How do you manage the boardroom politics, which at times could be really petty?
Wow, boardroom politics. It is petty. It is true. Hold it close to your chest. Don't say everything. Sleep over it. Earlier I talked about when people reach a quagmire, they say, oh, let's go and sleep over it. And we talk tomorrow. Then you go and have your board meeting and get it tomorrow. Try as much as possible not to discuss an outcome after there. Go and think about it. Because of being emotional, so you'll tell your friend, did you see how the other one said? You see? Then you are working up your emotions. Time is a great healer. And tell yourself, it is well. How they have said, how they have put it. Say it loudly to yourself. Linah, it is well. Call yourself by name and talk to that person you see in the mirror, that it is well. Me, that's how I've overcome most of this boardroom politics. Then sometimes you become like a lone ranger. Then I say, after all, an eagle flies alone, and it only flies when there is a storm. So it is okay, this is the storm, and I'm flying. But talking to I used to go to the toilet times and talk to that person called Linah.
Yes, yes.
Because I grew up as an only girl and I needed to guard my space. Yeah.
Okay, so there's two questions I could ask. How do you deal with a male colleague or boss who has inferiority complex? And then there are several questions on women fight their fellow women. We Have you ever been fought by fellow women because of your success, and how do you fight such battles? And then finally, we are going to end with how do you balance your family life, your political life or leadership ambitions, and everything about your life and yourself, your children, your husband, and you as a person? That would be the third question.
Okay. Now, dealing with male colleagues who have got inferiority complex or they feel inferior, try as much as possible not to face them directly. Yeah. That is what I have done. I try to avoid them and just meet them and talk to them nicely, somehow that so that they don't really feel, because they have an ego and you can easily destroy them once they feel I am nothing, and they feel, how can a woman be more superior to me? It's a difficult and a delicate balance where you could be the boss and the other one feels so inferior, and they can fight you back. So the only way to do is, how do you create an enabling environment, a conducive environment for all of you to coexist? Know it in your heart, but don't show that you're cleverer than him. If there is a way you can work behind their back and just ensure that things are moving, even just if they don't know, if they're not performing well, find a way of having them being supported without them knowing you are causing them to be supported. You could just tell another person in an office scenario that, yes, please work together with this, and just say, how are you? You know, talk to them when they are in a group or one or two, and you're just cheering them up. And while then he will get this company, what do you call it, crowd feeling that, yes, I'm in this crowd, I am safe in this space, no one is seeing, but you're really trying to drive the point home, but he thinks now you have helped, it is for all of us and not him particularly. Because these are people I've come across in my life, and at times you just don't want to put them down. It's not fair. The other one is women fighting each other. I'm telling you, this one, it is real. And I don't know how to stop the other women from fighting other women. But on my part, I try not to fight other women. And don't discuss about it. Try to evade. How to deal with when that topic is brought up. Don't talk. Don't you dare be the one talking about that other woman. Just keep quiet. Let us discuss another topic. And just say, please let us not discuss this other person in their absence. You avoid discussing, because we are all strong and we are all leaders as women. It is just our leadership ways that are different from the others. And because we see each other's mistakes in what we don't like about the other one. I don't know how to put it, but in psychology, when you don't like somebody, it is because they are presenting something that you don't like about, that is in you that you don't like. The negatives in you. For example, me and you, Grace. Now, if there is the negative part of you which you don't like, you will see it in me. And it's not that you don't like me. It's because you're seeing things which are negative in you, and it's like you're seeing the wrong part of you. While I look at you and I just say, you know what I don't like about you? It is something, it's not like I don't like you. It is my bad side which is being seen in you that makes me feel bad. So I feel this is what plays out for us women, and then we are considered to pull each other down. Now, how do we overcome such a thing? Once you see that, yes, what is this I don't like in Grace? What is it teaching me? What can I learn from that? And know that those are the negatives in Grace, and you try to improve yourself. Correct those things I don't like about Grace, because that is me. Those are negatives in me. work at it. This is what I learned in counseling psychology, and I try to work about it. But not all of us make an understanding of this. But you have the space. Maybe the next time you get a psychologist to just talk about this topic of women fighting each other. It is about, and you talked about, I think you told us you have somebody who profiles our personality. If you are a choleric and you have some melancholy in it, and what are those negatives in melancholy? So I see a choleric and who has got something negative on a melancholy, and I have also those negative traits in me, and I'm seeing them in Grace. I hate Grace because I hate those negative traits that I have. That is a topic, Grace, I think, please bring on board the next time, then we can learn to accommodate each other as women. Then how do I balance family and self? I am a telephone mother. I am a telephone mother, surely, because and at a given time when I call, because I came into politics and the children were still young, but I made them understand why I'm in politics. And that when I leave, it's because duty has called. And when I come back, I will spend no matter a few minutes with them without interference. I will leave politics outside their gate and come in as their mother. One of the ways that I did was when the children are young and I make a call, I say, oh, it sounds you're not happy today. What is happening? Then they will open up and tell, oh, you know what happened in school? Then they report themselves. Then you encourage them. Or if there is nothing, they'll say, no, I'm okay, mom. Yeah. So in the process, we start a conversation. They tell me how their day was. And I also managed by ensuring that they always had fellowship, and I'm grateful that my husband always sat down with them to finish their homework because they were still young. And then I would always also have some chocolates in my bedroom. My bedroom was never closed, so that I tell them to save yourself from being embarrassed. When something is so bad and you're feeling bad, you go to my bedroom and cry so that no one is seeing you. Then you come from there, you wipe, you pick yourself a chocolate, then you go out smiling. So I will know how many times they went to encourage themselves by going to my bedroom and coming out with a chocolate, because I'll come and count. Being open about my time with them, why I am doing it, is what really I've managed to balance family and self. As for self, I think that's the part that I still need to work at self. Now that I'm trying to get time for myself now, because all the time there's so much demand on my time. But the fasting in the morning, having your conversation with God, whether you believe in God or you believe, but I'm sure all of us believe there's a superior being. So, or bringing your thoughts together, that board meeting is very, very important, because it gives you direction on what you need to do during the day. I always went out with a pen and a notebook, and I came to hear later on that people would say, you told her, Mheshimiwa, you needed this. Did she write it down? If she wrote it down, then it's okay. If she didn't write, then maybe she has forgotten. But the sure thing is that I've written down, because I'll get back to you. Thank you, Grace.
All right. That's amazing. I like that one. And the last question is, how do you deal with imposter syndrome?
What is imposter syndrome?
It is that doubt, self-doubt, and feeling like you're inferior, and feeling like you don't belong, or feel like a fraud.
I have not felt that one, because I fight for my space. And I wouldn't tell you I'll fight for my space, but I talk to myself. I talk to that person I'm seeing there and say, no, the world belongs to you alone. You have no one to blame. It's you. So it doesn't matter if I will be a hawker, if I'm selling something small, if I'm making hair. When I tried the first time and I didn't make, I started making hair. Then on Friday, I go and sell clothes at West Eldoret, Juakali. And people would say, the wife of an engineer, wanafanya nini huko? Doesn't matter what you say, it's not written over here. Me, I overcame that one. I might just say it must be self-determination, where I tell myself, I am alone in this world. I am the only girl. Nitamlilia nani? Will I cry to my illiterate mother? What answer will she give me? Will I say I'm falling back to my husband? He has his own problems. He has his family to look after. What about me? So that one is a bit difficult. You have to just really talk to yourself. And maybe that self-talk is what keeps us out of the corner office. We're not occupying there. So I think we need more of talking to self. I do a lot of talking to myself, because if no one else is cheering me, if no one else is encouraging me, then I have to be that person to encourage me. Because the world is full of people. It's a race in life. People are running their own lane. Yeah. And you're getting tired. You must tell yourself to go on. But maybe now this space that Grace has given us, we can use it as the crawl. Have you looked at that film called The Crawl, where these women were running and then they went back and pulled the others? Maybe it is time for you, Grace, to use the HR space to make us pull each other and then embrace equality. And our men, the he's, are cheering us, spectators, because they're all watching. What are these women up to?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think we are trying to do that by the day. And the question by Edward about children born by single mothers or wherever. First of all, there are people who have both parents and they are suffering more than the people who are being raised by single parents. And yes. I resist to use single mothers because we also have single fathers. And there's the assumption that single mothers are single just because they separated. They're single mothers, the single parenthood that is created by death. The single parenting that is created by different reasons. Yeah. Now, we cannot blame the raising of a child because of being raised by one parent. There are so many different reasons why people become single, and single parenting has to be intentional. Parenting, whether single or not single, it has to be intentional. And people get wounds, people get wounded. And like I have said, people have both parents and they still suffer. So if you're a single parent, you have to, or rather, if you're a parent, you have to intentionally raise your children so that we can raise lesser wounded children, and we can help our children maneuver life in a different way, and more intentional, or raise their ability to deal with their own emotions, because we have no choice but to become better parents than we were parented. So it is for us to actually do the best we can without labels, whether you are a parent, so long as you're a parent, single, married, whatever, both of you, because some children are suffering in both parents' homes. So that would be my answer. And if you want to know more, you can tell me. We can have this conversation. My mother was also widowed at the age of 44. So I don't know whether you look at me and see somebody who was raised by a single mom. I think you look at me and see somebody who is trying to make a difference in life. And that will be a challenge for you who is trying to label people. Just see them as individuals, not people who are raised by one parent or whatever. It doesn't make you lesser of a person. Of course, sometimes you get wounded. Childhood wounds are real, and they're real whether you're single parent or whether you're raised in an unsafe home. That is actually what I can say. So, right. Allow me to also remind you that this webinar series is brought to you by Atara Solutions in partnership with Human Resource HRMPEB, Human Resource Management Professional Examination Board, and Balcon Housing and Stallion Construction Limited, Profiles International, Pathway Solutions, and Institute of Pension Management, steadfast quality management, among others. Now, Madam Linah, maybe you can come and give us your final or your parting shot.
All
Give us your
right.
parting shot. Yes.
Parting shot. Life is a one-way journey. Yeah, it's a one-way journey. There's no return. Yeah.
Tusonga
So
tukisonga.
tunasonga tukisonganga. So just do your best today because you cannot return yesterday. So what you didn't do yesterday, you'll not come back and do it. So do your best today. And no wonder the Bible says, live one day at a time. Do your best as though it is the last day you're doing it. And those who occupy in offices, I always tell those who work in offices, when you leave that seat in every evening, look back and say, what will be remembered of the person who sat on that chair? I'm grateful to the late President Mwai Kibaki, the members of parliament, retired President Uhuru, and our current president, William Samoei Ruto, for holding on to the baton for the abandonment of FGM. At least that seat, they will remember who sat there. She said, stop FGM. What about you? There's so much to be done in the world. Create your own smoke.
Absolutely, absolutely. You are always truly, truly inspiring. I always enjoying having a conversation with you. And we need to have coffee one of these fine days
Yes.
and catch up. And yes, but
let's have coffee. Kwanza these days I have healthy coffee. That's what keeps me busy. Yes.
We definitely need to do that. But yes, I really appreciate the fact that you could make it here. And please, just for my sake, Linah, what did you say about when you make a mistake, do what with monkeys? Please repeat that.
I say don't let mistakes make a monkey of you. Because when a man makes a mistake, they say it's an exceptional case. But when a woman makes, then they say it is women. Then I said, why they say it is women? I gave the example now of the monkeys. Yeah, and this is found in the book by John Maxwell, Failing Forward.
Failing forward, yes.
Yeah, failing forward. How do you fail forward, not backward? Yeah, and failing forward is not owning the mistakes that you have made. Just say it was a mistake in my journey of life. I made a mistake. Yeah. So about the monkeys, it gives the story of this about either 4 monkeys were put in a cage. And in this cage, there's a pillar, and on top there were bananas, ripe bananas. And on top of that, there was a tank of cold water, very cold water. So the monkeys sat there, they were hungry. Then they say, oh, bananas are up here. The first monkey climbed to get the ripe bananas, but reaching up, before it touching the bananas, of course, the water poured on it. It came, cold water came out. Sat down, very cold, shivering. The next monkey climbs for the bananas. They're all hungry. They went. The third one. When the fourth monkey tried to go, the others pulled it down. Don't go up there. Don't go up there. Then the 4 monkeys, 3 of the 4 monkeys were removed, which have known the dangers of going up there because of cold water, and 1 was left. And 4 other monkeys were brought, new ones. They don't know what has been happening here. So they came and found, here, this other monkey is hungry, and there are ripe bananas over here. Phew, wakapanda. Trying to get, of course, the cold water, then came down. Then the second monkey, which was new, also tried. They pulled it. So all the monkeys just sat over there. They are hungry, ripe bananas are there. And maybe the cold water was finished, God knows, but they just knew you can't go up there. And I said, if one woman has made a mistake, she did not manage to get the position she was to get, and because of a mistake, and they like giving us 10 questions to answer and give the boy child 1 question. So when we failed 2 out of the 10, we have all failed. I said, don't let mistakes make monkeys out of us. If my other sister did not make it, doesn't mean I would make it. So you try, you do it. Yeah, so that's the story of the monkeys.
Aha, excellent. Thank you for repeating it on my behalf. I needed to catch that one. Yeah, so thank you very much. I think we have covered quite a lot, and I really, really appreciate that you took the time. Thank you so much for being with us this evening and for sacrificing your session, for your dinner time to impact. And I'm sure you have changed someone's life today. Always for me. There are those one-liners you have. You know, you drop some tweets. You normally have some tweets. I don't know whether you guys felt that one. I can see people on the chat who are just typing the lessons they're getting from you. So thank you very much for sharing your wisdom, for sharing your insights. And I believe we are going to create better leaders and especially going to make better space for women in leadership. So thank you very much for that. Our audience, we really appreciate you. Thank you very much. Our sign language interpreter, Catherine Sidandi, we appreciate you. Thank you for making us inclusive. Thank you for making us making sure that we are reaching to much more people. Oh yeah, I have seen somebody watching from Malawi. Thank you so much. Oh wow, thank you very much. I don't know whether Jacinta, you are able to share our WhatsApp group. Please join our WhatsApp group to get to know which other session is coming up next. Next week, we will be discussing public speaking, and after that, we'll be discussing sexual harassment in the workplace. So thank you very much for always keeping it here. If you're not in our WhatsApp group, please make sure you join. I don't know whether my team is there and posting the WhatsApp group. Jacinta, are you still with us? Are you able to post that? I don't know whether you're able to do that. Please do. If you can, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Today, we were live on YouTube. So I hope the YouTube team, you guys are have picked a few lessons here and there. And thank you very much. Our partners are HRMPEP. This is the Human Resource Management Professional Examination Board. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you, Balcon Housing. Thank you, Pathway Solutions. Thank you, Steadfast Quality Management. Thank you, Weekly. And thank you, Kapula Mintito. Thank you, Profiles International. Thank you, Institute of Pension Management. Thank you, Panessa Training Institute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We cannot do this without you guys, so we appreciate you. Asante Nisana. But I was telling somebody today, Zoom costs have gone so high. I don't know whether we need a new strategy or we just need to continue doing this and praying to God that He provides.
Well,
but yeah.
You mean it's expensive and we are going digital? It should be cheap because demand.
Oh yeah, it is, because we have a package that can carry more than 500 people. So we pay quite high. And you see, we don't charge for this session. So we really don't make money out of this.
Oh my.
Yeah, so sometimes they can be quite something. But we are grateful that we are creating impact. And I'm sure that God will provide going forward because we are saving one soul at a time. So yeah, so our audience.
And there my number for someone who wants to ask me for healthy coffee like that, or who wants to take coffee with me like you, Grace.
Oh, yes, yes. I cannot see your number though.
Oh, it's there.
Oh yeah, yes. Linah has put, yes, for healthy coffee. Oh, absolutely. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and you should join us. We have an event coming up in July in Sagana, Nokras. Maybe we should have you as a guest. Sagana? You know, you're my person. Sagana.
Yeah. Oh, so that I can eat the trout, you know.
Yeah, bass. Exactly.
Trout,
yes.
Hey, guys, don't miss. You know, a trout has got rainbow colors. So when you rainbow, remember God is love.
Absolutely. There you go. There you go. Richard, I've seen you looking for Linda's number. I can send it to you if you want. But she has put there, it's 0711 806 262 806 262, and you can have her come and speak to you guys. She's quite inspirational. She can come and motivate your teams. She's currently toning down, so you can have her and she'll come and motivate your team. She can come and share her story. She can come, you know, that she can do. So thank you very much, Linah. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Asante.
Okay.
And yeah, so thank you, our team. Where is her number? Everyone is asking for her number. It's on the chat, guys. Look on the chat. Even Jacinta has reshared it. Caro M has shared it. It's there. Iko hapo. It's actually there. So I hope you guys have seen it. It has been shared more than 3 times. And he has shared it again. So yeah. Right. So thank you very much, Linah. I appreciate you. Thank you, our audience. You guys are awesome. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram. Like our Facebook page. Let's keep changing the world through information. Thank you for keeping it here. And Sabina says she's still glowing. Yes, she is. Oh.
I will, definitely. I want to age gracefully.
Oh, and you are. Oh, you are. You definitely are. God has been good to you.
Amen. Thank you so much.
All right, so you guys have a lovely evening. Allow me to go and have dinner in Mombasa. If you're coming to the Women in HR conference, please let's have a meetup. And if you're doing, we are organizing a coffee HR Hub coffee in Mombasa. So if you're in Mombasa, please let's have a conversation, because we are coming to you in about probably next week, but one we'll be back in Mombasa for HR Hub coffee dates. We are partnering with HR Hub as Atara Solutions, and we will be back here. In the meantime, see you tomorrow at the Women in HR if you're in Nairobi, if you're in Mombasa. If not, we shall see you next Tuesday, same time, same place, as we look at improving your public speaking skills, because it is one of the skills to watch out for in 2020, in 2024, or rather 2023. So that is what we'll be tackling next week. And then after that, we are tackling sexual harassment. So thank you very much. Now, today I don't have music. Even Kevin, I don't know where Kevin disappeared to. So we shall, I guess, end it there without style. But next time, you know what we always do. So thank you very much, and have yourselves a lovely night.